YouTube, this is TRowePrice once again. I'm back, and we're going to do a post-match discussion of my Week 4 battle versus Hayes, also coach of the New Orleans Noiverns. I've never played Hayes before, and so this is going to be like a fun one. He's a nice guy from like my limited discussions with him. A really cool guy overall. Why this is a post-match discussion is because a couple of things happened within the match that I'm not going to really divulge on until we get to it. But a couple of things happened, kind of skewed my commentary, and it just didn't make for, I would think, acceptable content for what I would want to do. So I just wanted to instead do like a post discussion of this match so I can have like a better discussion of what was happening in the match, what I was thinking, that sort of thing. So before I click play here, I just wanted to give a brief overview of what I brought. I brought a fully special Salamence because fully special actually did really well versus Hayes. Um, it could do like a bunch of damage, so it'll just come in, just nuke something, come out, that sort of thing. I had an expert belt Cinderace on the fact that if it was like Noble Zamazenta, uh, the expert belt for Cinderace actually allowed it to straight up KO it, as well as the fact that I had Flame Charge, so I can outspeed both a Noble Zamazenta and a Spectre if he decided to bring it. You can see he didn't bring the Spectre, which is very fortunate. That's kind of what my AV or Shifu was supposed to check was the Spectre, but the fact that he did not bring Spectre kind of made my AV or Shifu kind of an F bring overall. Could still do alright versus a Volcarona, but other than that, it was just an F bring. I brought a Choppleberry Ferrothorn with Leech Seed as well in order to uh, take a hit from Zamazenta and hit back with Body Press, something just to bring it down in case it was a little bit more bulky, so Cinderace can come in and kill it later. And also, Leech Seed was for the fact that Magazone is more than likely, if you bring Magazone, you're 100% going to bring it to try and trap the Ferrothorn. So Leech Seed was to catch it on the switch so that it wouldn't be able to successfully trap me. I had just a common leftovers bulky Tapu Fini set with instead of, I don't think I had Drain Kiss, instead I had Nature's Madness. I may have had Drain Kiss as well, we'll see. And then I had a Culperberry very bulky Delmise for the Lando Therian specifically. It can take 3 hits from Lando, synthesis up on it easily. So that's what the Delmise was there for. Alright, so getting into the battle, I kind of saw that I could just lead Salamence and nuke something on his team with it. Also, this was a side note. This was, I think, our 5th try. We kept having running to land issues. So one time we were actually able to get into the battle. We did have our turn 1 and our moves clicked. So he led Lando T and I led Mence. So that's kind of what we were reenacting here. It was just lead Mence versus lead Lando. So that is what our thought process was going to be. Now, once again, it was kind of like I was afraid of Volcarona could come in and be scary later on, especially versus Ferrothorn or even Delmise. And so, like, I actually had Rock Slide on my Delmise in order to handle Volcarona. So here we go, getting to the battle here. Good luck, have fun to Hayes, of course. I always wanted to say that, even if it's a post-match discussion here. And so, leading off, of course, as I said earlier, since this was a redo, leading off, he's going to be Lando, and I'm going to be my Mence here. So, yep, there's the Lando. And since we're both Intimidate, I can be able to tell which one of us is faster. And so, I'm actually a very bulky Mence. I don't have much speed in this thing. So, when I saw that I was still faster, I was like, okay, so this is a bulky Lando as well. I was thinking, okay, it could be lefties, it could be Rocky Helmet. So I was like, all right, I'm going to click Hurricane. First thing, it 2-hit KOs any any Lando whatsoever. So I'm just going to click Hurricane. If you click Stone Edge, that's fine. I live pretty easily. Big unfortunate miss there. It's Hurricane, though, a 70% move. Not something I could get too mad over. He hits his Stone Edge, which in the first battle it actually missed. So it was kind of funny that he got to hit it that time. So it's like, okay, I can still roost up pretty freely here because of the fact that Stone Edge is going to do as much, and that's his best move to hit me. So I was like, okay, I could get kind of a free roost here, and he'll be forced to, yeah, just switch out. Unfortunately, I did get the Hurricane off, so I could have seen if he was leftovers or Rocky Hamlet at that point, or maybe like a berry of some sort. So I was kind of disappointed that I didn't get to see that by missing the Hurricane, but I was like, okay, it's fine. It's a Hurricane. It's a 70% chance to hit. I'm expected to miss most of those. So I just roost up there again, and then I like, okay, Zamacenta's in. I don't really like this. I'm just gonna go hard. Probably, yeah, into my Tapu Fini, as it should be able to take almost any hit that Zamazenta wants to throw out. Of course, Behemoth Bash is going to do a big chunk because I was actually specially defensive, but I was taking my time. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I went to Tapu Fini here, or if anything, maybe did a pivot into Ferrothorn. But nope, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I just went straight Tapu Fini here. Okay, so I did have Drain Kiss as well. Alright, so it's Drain Kiss plus Nature's Madness. I also had Haze in case Volcarona tried setting up on me. Yep, I just go Tapu Fini here. I'm actually more of a specially defensive bulky variant, so it's kind of wish I brought a physically defensive variant on my part. Zamazenta and fighting types in general just kind of blow through my team, so it's kind of an issue. But I do catch the Ice Fang, so what's that telling me is I get unfortunate crit there, but it's fine. I'm lefty, so I should be able to heal back most of the damage in the end anyways. So I should be able to like, okay, so what I assume first thing here is like he might not be running Crunch. So I was like, okay, that could be helpful information for later on. But I just wanted to fire off a free Nature's Madness, bring something down to 50%. So he withdraws, he goes into his Cradily. So like, okay, yeah, that's kind of what I expected to be Fini's check, mostly because it's going to be the Storm Drain set more than likely. So I'll just instead get free 50% off of it. And now I can get a free switch out, forcing it to either A, click Stealth Rocks, or B, just recover back up. So like, okay, this is as free a time as I need to go into Urshifu. So also since I'm AV, I kind of also just check this Cradily with Urshifu. So like, okay, that's kind of cool. And then VOC actually reveals to be physical, and he just goes raw Power Whip versus me. I was like, okay, all right, fine, I'll take the damage. A lot of damage. I'm not really happy for it, but at the same time, Urshifu doesn't really need to be at full health at all times. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna get a free U-turn here. I doubt he wants to stay in. Yeah, so he withdraws. He goes into his Primarina. I was like, okay, cool. I have a check for this. So I U-turn out, and my check, of course, is Ferrothorn, which Ferrothorn's actually a really good Primarina check. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm like, okay, getting Ferrothorn here. As you see, I only really have Body Press as my one attacking move, mostly just for Magnezone purposes, as well as Zamazenta. So, okay, I was like, okay, I need to get a Leech Seed off, because if he goes Magnezone, I need to have at Leech Seed or I'm in big trouble. Because there is one set that Magnezone can easily trap this Ferrothorn in, and it's the sub Iron Defense Body Press set. And so I was like, okay, I need to get a Leech Seed off so that I can neutralize his Magnezone set. So he switches it into Magnezone right here, as I predicted, and I click the Leech Seed, and this is where everything starts to go downhill. Missing the Leech Seed is very bad, because now this Magnezone set 100% 1v1s me. And I know for a fact that he's Magnapole. I don't even need to think about it. I'm 100% certain that this thing is Magnapole. So I can't do anything about it. I literally have to stay in, and I had to start. Hopefully, first I'm going to click Leech Seed, just in case he's not the subset. if he's like maybe just a straight up iron defense, but he does reveal to be the subset. Very unfortunate. Now I can't leech seed it. If I click body press there, um, even like I think I would have been able to. I don't know if body press broke sub. I believe it did because it would be no iron defense boost. So if I instead body pressed there, I could have been forcing him to raw iron defense up before subbing, which would have then played a 50-50 on does he want to sub or does he want to iron defense, as well as like bringing down his health. But unfortunately, I don't call that. He gets a free sub up. And now this Magnezone literally just sits in front of his Ferrothorn and slowly can just set up on it and then kill it. I was also shocked that that didn't just break sub. This Magnezone is probably definitely a more defensive set in order to take on the Ferrothorn. So very unfortunate, missing the Leech Seed once again, allowing this to happen. But it is what it is. It's Mons. 90% accurate move means a 10% chance to miss, so it can miss. So, missing it, really, now this Ferrothorn is just dead at this point. So what I'm literally trying to do is I'm just trying to get as much damage on this Magnezone as I can. If I brought Iron Defense Ferrothorn, I think I could have 1v1'd it better, but I didn't. At this point, I'm like thinking maybe I could just like try switching out. It's like, nah, at this point it's inevitable. This thing's gonna go down. I do have my Chopper Berry still intact, so like, okay, I should be able to live a couple body presses as well. So he goes right back up for the sub. I'm like, I'm not going to try leech seeding him. I think I should just try to break the subs at all times. I think you should maybe try iron defensing again, like going up to +6. Because I don't know if I would have been able to two-hit the sub if he was at +6, then he would have been able to have the sub up longer versus me and get more health back from his leftovers. So I do reveal Chopo Berry at this point. So this actually doesn't do that much. Not even 50%, but the next one would kill me anyways. So I'm just trying to get as much damage on this as possible. I do be able to break the sub here and then force him to take another sub again. Because if he's not behind the sub when he kills me, I literally just revenge it with my ments for free without taking any damage. So he does need to put up another sub. So I'm dejected. I had to click body press again. This Ferrothorn is dead. My Primarina check is gone. I'm in a very bad position now. So I'm just having to continuously click body press versus it. Yep, he gets the leftovers. So at least he's going to be below 50% when he kills me body press due to iron barbs. I mean, I think, once again, I think he probably should have gone for another iron defense and just get more leftovers recovery and then go for his sub once again. I don't know if I would have been able to KO that sub. So if he was at +6, so I don't know for certain if I was able to, then going only to +4 is fine because he's not going to try body pressing immense because it's not going to really do much, especially to my bulky meds. So yep, he just gets the kill on Ferrothorn. So my Ferrothorn goes down to Magnezone here. He's about 37%, which is more than enough for Ments just to come in and click Fire Blast a couple times to kill it. Yeah, he's going to be about 50% by the time Fire Blast takes it out. So that's literally what I'm just going to do. I'm just going to go Ments and click Fire Blast twice. If I miss again, welp. It is what it is. But it's just, I have to click Fire Blast here. I was fortunate enough to actually bring a special Ments. Because if I had just brought physical Ments with Earthquake, I don't think I was going to be able to beat the Magnezone. Honestly, so I'm glad I brought special Ments here. Yep, I take out the sub here. He can get free damage off on this Ments though, so it's unfortunate for me. Because I don't like my Ments being chipped at all. Because I was saying, this Ments is a bulky Ments, but it literally only 2-8 KOs things. So like, okay, I just need to kill this with Fire Blast here. I maybe should have roosted. Like, get back up to full. and force him to T-bolt again. But I wasn't scared like maybe he clicked Flash Cannon or whatever, and like did even more damage to me. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to try killing it with Fire Blast. So I am able to get rid of the Magnezone. A little disappointed that I lost my whatever, but it's fine. And then he brings this thing out, and since my Mence is hurt, I'm at 50%. I'm like, okay, well, this Mence is now unable to take a hit from Zamazenta, especially if it's Ice Fang. So I have to go top of Fini again, and I'm pretty sure I believe he does call the switch and just clicks Behemoth Bash, which I'm pretty sure would have killed Mence anyways at 50%. Because Zamazenta, even if it's like not as good as its counterpart Zacian, it's still really powerful. Yeah, so he just clicks Behemoth Bash. And this Fini takes a lot because it's Zamazenta. And now I'm just okay, now I'm just in trouble. Like, oh great, now this thing is dead. I'm just sacking mons left and right to this thing now. Especially without Ferrothorn, which would have done great for Iron Barb's chip. As well as like I don't have a Behemoth Bash switching anymore. I just have to sack my Fini at this point. I don't want to go into Cinderace because at this point I don't know if he's adamant or Jolly. I guess I could have like checked with the damage, but I was once again a little bit disappointed about the Leech Seed miss. So I was like, okay, I just literally just have to sack. Was pretty much what I came up with at the end here. I was trying to figure out like what do I need to sack, because like I think Fini honestly is just Fini or Mence for the Intimidate. I think yeah, that's actually what I ended up doing was I just like, okay, I just need to intimidate this thing once so that Cinderace can come in, take a hit, and kill it. So it's literally what I ended up doing. Was it the best play? I don't know. Maybe I could have kept Mence around to like threaten something else with just powerful special attacks, but in the end, I just had to sack Mence here. I was thinking maybe I could tank one and then just die to the second hit, like maybe like PP a little bit, but nope, Mence just goes down. Even at -1, that just killed. Oh, it was a crit. Okay, so yeah, I no idea if the crit mattered. I'm pretty sure it might have mattered, but once again, Zamazenta, whatever, it was going to kill me next turn anyway. So if anything, it would have just been conserving PP type of thing. So I just go into Cinderace here, and like, okay, I just have to click Pyro Ball. Like I was thinking about maybe clicking Flame Charge, but if he stays in, then I'm not in a really great position. So I think I just have to click Pyro Ball, just get as much damage as I can on anything that comes in. The Land T is also at full, so my Cinderace can't really handle the Land T. So I just had to click Pyro Ball, get my damage off on something, and then get out. So he does bring in the Lando. Now, if I hit the Hurricane on this, that actually would have been in a really good position. Because this Pyro Ball would have been able to take it out. Not this one, but if I clicked it twice, yeah, like it did about 30%, and the Mence would have been at least 45% from the Hurricane. So I would have been able to take it out. So kind of unfortunate that I missed, but here I wanted to hard switch because I wanted to make him think I was Scarf. I was like, okay, I just need to make him think I'm Scarf. I'm just gonna hard switch here. Then he clicks Earthquake. Does yeah, this Dummize is literally meant to take on Lando, so really wasn't worried about it. So here I'm like, I have to make a play. He's probably not going to want to stay in. So I'm trying to predict him going to Volcarona. I'm like teetering between Poltergeist and Rock Slide. Poltergeist is get damage off on the Zamazenta or the Lando if he decides to stay in for some reason. But I was like, I need damage off on the Volcarona. So he just U-turns out, which I kind of expected. It's like, okay, please go into Volcarona. Please give me a chance. But instead of um, going into Volcarona here, So he's actually thinking. So he might have been like thinking maybe maybe I go Volk. He went right back into Zamazenta, which kind of I was like, oh dang it. Now this is only gonna do like 4%, if that. So just click Rock Slide. I do little. And I was like disappointed because I really, really just wanted to catch the Volcarona coming in and get a nice kill on that. Because the Volcarona at this point was still very scary. I was like, I still have an end game if I could just if he just goes Volcarona instead. Unfortunately, he doesn't. So I am thinking like maybe I want to stay in. It was like, no, I think I might just have to sack Tapu Fini at this point. As sad as it is, because I still need this to take on Lando. Since the Lando is a bulkier set, I don't know if my Urshifu will be able to kill it. So I still need to take on Lando. So I just go Fini, I sack the Fini. Like, okay, just I gotta sack Fini here. It goes down here to anything he wants to click. Yep, he clicks Behemoth Bash. So Fini goes down. And now, like, I only have one play after this. By the way, Behemoth Bash has such a cool animation, not gonna lie. Like, it is probably one of my favorite, like, new animations introduced this generation. Like, I think, was it the Blade one or whatever, Behemoth Blade or whatever it's called? I'm not a big fan of it. Honestly, I just think it's a little overdone. But Behemoth Bash is just so cool. So, just died to Behemoth Bash here. So, like, okay, I have to go Cinderace and I have to click Pyro Ball. And I just have to pray it kills. So, that's what I do. I click Pyro Ball. I was like, okay, Pyro Ball, please just kill this thing. Like, I'm pretty sure I don't win either way just because Lando and Volcarona. But I just wanted to get some differential at this point. So I just need a little bit of differential. So if I could just kill the Zamazenta, I'll be doing okay. So he's thinking like maybe does he switch back maybe into Lando or whatever? Or does he stay in? Or he might be just doing some calcs as well, head calcs or whatnot. Overall, I just need this Pyro Ball to kill. Because like literally I'm clicking, I'm not clicking U-turn at all. And I missed. Which is very unfortunate because we discussed this later on. He was no bulk whatsoever. So my expert belt Pyro Ball would have killed the Zamazenta, especially with the Rock Slide chip, which I thought didn't matter. Really was nothing. But the Rock Slide chip actually put him in range for the Pyro Ball to guarantee a kill instead of being like a 93% roll. So I was very angry at this point, and this is why I am doing this post discussion, just of how mad I got after that Pyro Ball missed. I was like, I was already tilted about the Leech Seed miss and the Hurricane miss a little bit, not as much, but the Pyro Ball miss just kind of sent me over the edge. So this is why we're doing it post production. Um, yeah, at this point, Samazin just kind of sweeps me at the end. So I was like disappointed and whatnot, just on like all my moves deciding to miss at the most inopportune times. So I mean, I probably wouldn't have won either way, not gonna lie, because it just wasn't a great matchup for me. I do not handle fighting types well. And the fact that his fighting type also happens to be his Uber, and a very bulky Uber at that, so I can't just kill it with one hit. I'm just in a really bad position. So I definitely, maybe like, I think I should have maybe brought my Galarian Slowbro, because of the fact it would have been able to tank hits from the Zamazenta. But in the end, I didn't. Hindsight 2020 type of thing. And I ended up losing 5-0 to Hayes here. So GG's to Hayes. Honestly, he brought the right sets to beat me.
The cell is the basic structural, functional, and biological unit of all known organisms.
Thank you, Siri.
Do you want me to keep reading?
I don't know why Siri popped up there. But GG's to Hayes. He did a good job bringing the right team and whatnot. So overall, I was disappointed about like how that went, but I'll just have to bounce back next week. All right. Thank you all. Peace.